Okay, hi guys. Hi. So I have like a story to share, and I actually originally shared this while I typed it out to my WhatsApp contacts. And then I thought, after sharing it, I was like, I feel like other people deserve to hear this. So I'm sharing the story with you here now. It's kind of long, bear with me. So it's a story about me, right? But it's actually also a perspective about dreams. Yeah. So it's about me, but it's about dreams and just the weird and wonderful ways that dreams show up for us. Dreams, I'm speaking now about the dreams that we have in our sleep, and just the weird and wonderful ways that God and our guides and just the universe orchestrate things for us in the way that we'll understand them and in the way that we will need them, you know? All right, so, whew, long story. How do I make it short? I'm really gonna try and make it short. So, I was recently working on a project that I was so nervous to share with the people that I was going to share it with. I was creating this thing and I was just constantly second guessing myself and just really, really worrying about whether I'm doing it well. Will it be liked? Will it be received well? Do I even qualify to do this thing? All of those imposter syndrome things that happen when we're creating stuff. So I was going through that whole thing. So, in the week that I am working on this project, right, I was due to go on a hike with my brother and sister. So the hike was going to be on the Sunday, and then midweek I'm working on this project. All right, cool. So Sunday comes. On that Sunday morning, in the early hours of that Sunday morning, I have a dream, right, that involves my brother. The dream was very vague, but in the dream, he was connected to or associated with this a certain local celebrity. I won't mention the celebrity's name, but there's this celebrity that he was associated with in the dream. And that's literally all I could pick up from the dream. Like, that's all I woke up with, that he was being connected to that particular celebrity, right? Okay, cool. So we eventually meet up and now we are driving to the hiking trail, right? So on our way there, I mention this dream to my brother. I don't actually say it's a dream. What I actually do instead is I ask him, I'm like, I randomly, very randomly ask him, player, what's your relationship with this celebrity? And I call my brother player. Long story. We call each other player. Long story. So I ask him like, player, what's your connection with this person? Like, what's your relationship? What do you think of them? Like, what's the vibes, right? Very random, very random, very random. And my brother's like, I don't really think much of him. And I'm like, okay. Like, okay. And I expected that because as far as I know, my brother doesn't really have a connection with this dude, right? But then my brother continues to say, yeah, but I quite like how he just doesn't seem to care what people think. Like, he has accomplished so much and he's been in the game for so long, and he now just, even in the way he delivers his craft, he's just so chilled. You can see Jorge, he's not trying to prove a point. He's not concerned or worried about what people think. So I'm listening to this and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't think much of it. It doesn't really tell me anything about the dream. I'm just like, okay, whatever. We carry on driving. I'm looking out the window. But even while I'm like, okay, it comes back to replay in my mind. Like, it's replaying in my mind and it's replaying in my mind. And you know, even though I'm partly letting it go and dismissing it as a whatever, it's still playing in my mind. And I'm just looking out the window and I'm like, and then had like legit a bomb landed in my brain, a bomb landed in my mind, a bomb landed in my heart, my spirit. And now his answer is replaying in me, and I'm like, oh snap, this is a message to me about this project that I'm working on with so much like concern and so much fear. And his opinion was actually a message to me from the powers that be, to chill, like to chill. And the thing is, the thing that I was working on is something that I've been doing, but because I was doing it a bit differently, I was nervous, right? And I replayed my brother's words again, and I just received this message of like, bro, relax. You've got this. You're accomplished. Stop worrying about what people are going to think. And you don't have to prove a point. And shoo, it was, I went through something in that whole moment, because it was very clear that this moment was so beautifully orchestrated for me to receive encouragement and inspiration to carry on with this project that I was doing, and to carry on with it feeling safe, and just really trusting myself. And it was even more beautiful because this was now coming from like God and the gods. Like it was just coming from the universe. Like this moment was just orchestrated by the universe. From that moment that I had the dream all the way up until now, where I received my brother's opinion about it, about the celebrity, and being able to hear within his opinion the message about how I need to, carry myself through this thing that I'm working on. And I thought about that celebrity, and my brother's right. He is that way. He is that way. I'm still not going to mention him, but like he is that way. And the other funny, beautiful thing about this whole thing is that my brother is the type of person who, a random question like that, he would ask for context. Like me knowing my brother, something like that, he would ask for context. And I remember even when I was asking the question in that random way, I was kind of like taking a chance. Deep down, I knew that he's probably going to ask for context. And that's when I'm going to tell him that, oh, yes, I had a dream of this, that. But I didn't start there. I just started with, what do you think of this person? And funny enough, because this moment was so beautifully orchestrated for me, my brother did not ask for context. He just offered what flowed up to his chest and expressed that, with no real context on what the hell I'm talking about, why I'm even asking about this person that I know he doesn't really care about. But it just flowed out of him to give me that opinion, which was actually carrying my message. And even that was just beautiful. Like he was unknowingly also just following the script. It was also beautiful. It was also beautiful. Like spirit knew that, first of all, I needed encouragement. Spirit recognized the concern that was in me, and spirit knew that I needed encouragement, and spirit knew that my brother held this kind of opinion about this particular celebrity, and spirit knew that I would eventually make the connection. Spirit knew that it would come and support me in that moment to replay his message in my mind, until I got to the point where I was like, oh snap, this is the energy that I need to be connecting with. This is the vibes that I need to be holding for this thing I'm working on. And so I eventually told my brother about the dream, and I explained to him this whole thing that I'm explaining to you. And we laughed about it. And it was just so adorable. It was just like in that moment, when they say like the universe, like all things are just orchestrated for you, life happens for you. That moment was just a huge moment of a moment being made for me. And everybody involved in that moment, being positioned in such a way that I would receive that thing that was for me from God, from my guides, from my universe. And I chilled after that. I chilled. Like, I felt so affirmed just from the way it came through. And I literally just I let it go. I let go of that concern. I let go of that worry, and I just carried on with the project. Ngibambe, this celebrity, as my reference, just his attitude of not trying to prove a point. And that is how wildly and weirdly our dreams work, how wildly and weirdly God and our guiding ancestors and our angels and just all of our guiding spirits work with dreams and through dreams to guide us through whatever it is that we're going through. So I would really like you, especially those of you who possibly still ignore your dreams, or you think your dreams are just dreams, or you kind of like dismiss your dreams just because they're random, just because you can't figure it out. Guys, engage with your dreams. Engage with your dreams. Like, your people, your spiritual community is supporting you through those dreams. They can support you so much through those dreams, but it can only happen if you also show up to engage with the dream. So in my case right now, and this has happened before, something similar, where in my case with this that I've just shared, the message wasn't in the actual dream. The message was in the conversation that the dream inspired. And that's how indirectly dreams kind of like bring the message or the guidance that you need. But you have to engage it, right? So if I didn't take that dream seriously and I just dismissed it, right, I would not have had that conversation with my brother. You know what I mean? And it'll always just be set up in such a way that you will understand it. It will be as per your soul's language. You'll get it. You'll get it if you continue engaging with it. And yeah, man, you know what? Life really does happen for us if we are engaged enough to pay attention. So yeah, cute story, but a bigger thing that I wanted to share is, please engage with your dreams. Engage with your dreams. Like, kancane kancane, take the little that you can and work with that and follow through with it. Just kancane kancane, because sometimes the dream is really giving you like a small little candle like this to lead you to like the gem. And you just have to like take that candle first. First take that candle, light that candle to lead you to that bigger insight that you need, to the answer to a prayer that you've been saying. Anyway, that is all I wanted to share. Goodbye.